San Francisco brings a lot to the table. Homeless people, feces on the streets of San Francisco, and of course, the Super Bowl. And speaking of the Super Bowl, it's time for me to do a recap of Super Bowl 60. Let's go! Patriots versus Seahawks. What a game this was for Seattle. For the Hawks offense, Sam Darnold, he didn't have the best game during the Super Bowl, but he did his job pretty well. 202 passing yards and a passing touchdown. And for the Super Bowl MVP, Kenneth Walker III, who was the first running back to win Super Bowl MVP since Terrell Davis, had 27 carries for 135 yards. He ran a train on the Patriots defense. As far as receiving goes, Cooper Kupp led the team in receiving yards with 61 yards on 6 receptions, and A.J. Barner scored the only offensive touchdown for Seattle. And as for the Seahawks' dark side defense, they forced 3 turnovers, sacked Drake May 6 times, and pressured him 19 times. As for the game itself, it was pretty boring for the first half, but pretty awesome in the second half. In the first half, it was the Jason Myers show as he scored 3 field goals, one for 33 yards, one for 39 yards, and one for 41 yards to make it 9-0 heading into Bad Bunny's halftime show, which I must admit it was kind of bad, but that's besides the point. And then Seattle's dark side defense took over in the second half to give Seattle their first Super Bowl win for the first time since 2014. But the biggest moment happened in this game was when Drake May was strip sacked by Devin Witherspoon, and a Seattle defender was at the right place in the right time and returned it for a 45-yard pick six. Speaking of Drake May, he had a really frustrating performance in the Super Bowl. 295 passing yards, 2 touchdowns, and 2 interceptions, and he was sacked 6 times. And this is the second year in a row where Drake was humiliated in the Super Bowl. And I know his offensive line was bad in this game, but Drake May committed 3 turnovers. He deserves some blame for this loss. But on the bright side, Matt Collins, who famously doesn't wear shoes, he scored a pretty nice touchdown in the fourth quarter. And then Ramondre Stevenson scored a receiving touchdown to make the final score less embarrassing than it already is, and reaching the final score of 29-13 Seahawks. Honestly, this was well-deserved for Seattle. Did I have my doubts about them? Yes, and I'm pretty sure all of America pretty much did. And I will give a ton of credit to Sam Darnold. I mean, I didn't think he would succeed in Seattle, but I'm glad he proved everybody wrong. And yes, that includes me. So Sam Darnold, I owe you a huge apology for ever doubting you succeeding in Seattle. And in the Battle of the Mikes, it was Mike McDonald who is crowned a Super Bowl champion. Honestly, well-deserved. He's a pretty underrated head coach, in my opinion. And unfortunately, since the Seahawks won the Super Bowl, Drew Lock and Jalen Milroe are also Super Bowl champions as well. Good for them. And after a wild NFL season, the Seattle Seahawks are Super Bowl champions for the first time in over a decade. And now that the NFL season is over, I don't have to deal with recaps until September. Okay, goodbye.